What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the Journey to Success podcast, the 16th edition. I'm your host with the most. I ain't gonna brag, I ain't gonna boast, but I'm just telling you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just letting you know, Mr. Destry Brandon, aka the man on this book. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? AKA the man on the book. That's all I'm gonna say. I got my co-host, man. Really, it ain't really no like it's really we hosting this thing together. This is both our project. You know, this is a passion project for us guys. Not just a passion project. Sit down, Jace. We got my son Jace. This the special guest of the hour. You know, he gonna drop some diamonds for y'all. Like for real. But we got my co-host right here, Mr. Extravaganza. Mr. Turn Tricks. Let's just call it that. But Mr. Wolf. We ain't gonna talk about your background. We already we know. We ain't gonna talk about them dark times in your life, bro. I know. But man, so if this is your first time listening to this podcast, watching this podcast live, we on Facebook Live right now. This podcast is all about the journey, guys. Like, we're not here to front, to play around, to you know, no gimmicks, no none of that. We ain't trying to sell you nothing. We here saying, like, yo, we on the journey. Sure. Like, for real, we climbing the mountain as you climb the mountain. Like we going on about this, like, just, you know what I'm saying? Same thing. Hold on, sit down, Jace.
I want to sit down.
Now, listen, you may be a beginning entrepreneur. This podcast is for you. You know, you may be in college right now. You may be about to graduate. This podcast is for you. Why? Because we talk about life. We talk about the journey that life is in itself, and we talk about, you know, professional life, business life. We talk about all those things. This podcast is all about helping you and us as we go through it, get to that next level in life, man. You got anything to add for the new listeners? Sit down, Jace. Sit down.
I want to sit on you.
No. You got anything to add? Nothing to add? Okay, let's jump right in, my brother. It's all good. Let's jump right in. So let's do a little quick recap of last week. Last week we were talking about you versus you. Right? Because that's all this life is about. Like, that's all this journey is about. Is you versus you in this game. Like, it's you versus you. Like, there's some things that you're going to have to get rid of in your life for your life to be great. There's some things that you're going to add to your life for your life to be great. It's literally you versus you in this. Like, it's not nobody else. The power is literally in your hands to control your own destiny. You said something that was deep last week. You're the architect of your own destiny. You're the architect. You're designing this thing. So let's do a quick recap. Hold on, Jason. Let's do a quick recap.
So we talked about, what did we talk about?
We talked about the 10 habits that are killing you. Remember, we said you versus you. So it's killing your progress. It's killing your vision. It's killing your confidence. Like, it's killing all those things. So the first thing we talked about was that you're comfortable, right? Like, comfortable is killing you. Like, for real, you're so, like, you don't want to be inconvenienced. You don't like for a lot of people. Okay, let's talk about working out, because we talk about working out a lot, right? For a lot of people, you don't want to work out because it's gonna hurt in the morning. You comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we're talking about. Sit down, Jace. That's what we're talking about. Like, we're talking about like you're in this box and you can't break out of it because you don't want to be inconvenienced. You don't want to be uncomfortable at all. You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the major things that's killing us. We both talked about, like, comfort can kill you before you, next thing you know, you wake up and shoot, you obese or something. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, like, for real, I've been there. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you wake up and you know, like, for us, we living in grandparents' house. You see what I'm saying? Because we were comfortable. Comfort, this is gonna sting.
One thing that stuck out to me from last week was the doubt thing.
The doubt, we're gonna get to that. But I want to say this real quick. Comfort, right? We're talking about comfort. We're talking about being uncomfortable. Talking about embracing that. If you are in a position where you're comfortable, that means you're in a position where you're complacent. And we said complacency kills. Like, that's one of the major things that I learned in the military. Complacency kills. It'll kill your dream. It'll kill your vision. It'll kill your progress. It'll kill. You said it, I did. You said it, I did. Number 2 is that you quit. When things get hard, when things don't look the way you want it to look, when things not going the way you want it to go, you quit. You just stop. Like, you start and stop. Listen, and then for those people, these are the same people who want people to invest in them or to believe in them. And for real, like, how many times have you known somebody, it's like, they on their 15th invention or 15th, you know what I'm saying, idea. And they like, bro, just support. Bro, support. I'm like, bro, I just supported 14 other ideas. Like, for real, I just supported everything else that you've done up to this point. I can't keep supporting you because you keep stopping and starting. Like, seriously, you just keep stopping and starting, stopping and starting, stopping and starting. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got anything, just to recap, you got anything for the recap? Just
like
on
I said, not about the stopping and starting, but I'm sorry, I'm running the brain fart.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. Just about quitting, like people who, when it gets hard, they quit.
I think a lot of that, even either quitting or just not even starting.
Oh, now, okay. I'm glad you said that. You know what's crazy? You know we got the segue. That was the perfect segue. That was the perfect segue. You know what's crazy?
What's crazy?
Because you just said not even starting, right? You know what's crazy? We have every single thing that we need right where we are. And here's what I mean, because we talked about this before. We have everything that we need right where we are. I don't care what your situation is. You have everything that you need right at that level to do what you need to do at that level. Like, we were just talking about this downstairs. When we started the podcast, what did we have? All we had was a camera.
Phone. We had a camera.
Oh, we didn't have a camera.
Phone.
We had a phone. We didn't even have a tripod at one point. All we had, bro, we was putting the camera on books, bro. Like, for real. Like when we first started this podcast, we were shooting in cafeterias. I probably shot it at your house. Like, for real. We just shot this mug anywhere. Now we got a studio. Now we have a studio. Hold on, Jace. Now we have a studio. Right? So we're talking about getting started. Start from where you are. Start from right where you are. Because right where you are, you have plenty. You have more than enough.
I think people look, they want to do it, and tomorrow want to be in the millions. They want to be in the store. They want to be here. They're going to be there. But we were talking about that earlier with the talk. You know, they look at these people, silver spoon. Oh, they're just born great.
Yeah.
They're just doing.
They don't see the hard work.
They don't see the hard work.
They don't see the progress.
They don't see the years of practice. The years
16
of whatever.
years.
All they see is they're great right now because they're on TV.
They're sleeping in the car. All that type of stuff. Like, you don't see those things. You don't see those things.
They had to start in the gym. They had to start outside. They had to start at the park. They had to start doing these.
They had to start somewhere.
Yeah. Then they got on TV where you could see them.
Thank you. And that's the point that I'm trying to make right now. Like I said, for most people, they would not have started simply because they didn't have all what they see as resources. But thank God that I grew up how I grew up. I'm resourceful. Like, for real. I grew up with less than what most people have. Like I was joking around the other day. Like, you know how we were talking, you know, going over our time. I'm like, yo, there was times where I'm like, I can make something of nothing. Like, for real, mama got real creative with the meal sometimes. Like, for real, she got creative because you had to be resourceful. And some of us were looking like, oh, I don't got the resources. I don't got this. I don't got that. But listen, it's not about the resources that you have. It's about being resourceful. It's about taking what you have and using it and making it into something else. And that's what we did. Now we got lights. Now we got a camera. Now we on Facebook Live with the podcast. We got a mic. We started off, we didn't even have a mic. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even have a mic. We were shooting just off the camera mic. It was terrible. Just go back to the first podcast video we put out. It was terrible. The quality, it was terrible. Now we designing a studio. We're growing. Why? Because we started
from the bottom. We started where we were.
We started from where we were, and we built, and we're not even there yet. That's what we say. We on the journey.
Ain't no there. We just on it.
We talked about that. You got to go back to some of these old episodes. We talked about that too. There's no finish line. Mm-hmm. There's no finish. There's no end to this.
See, people are worried about like, okay, when am I gonna get there? What is there? Where is there?
Yeah, like and this is what I think, because a lot of times we're looking at people's highlight reels. We're looking at social media. We're looking at all these things, and we're basing our lives off of that. We're comparing ourselves off of that, and that's not reality, guys. Nobody's showing the struggle. That's why we doing this podcast. We want to show you the struggle. We want to show you, right? If you go back to the first episode, you see we shooting in some room somewhere, right? Then you go back to even the last episode, we sitting outside at the YMCA. You know what I'm saying? To now, where we are. We showing you step by step, because I don't want to know what I don't want people to do, and what's going to really irritate me is when we get to where we want to get to, and people going to say, oh, that was overnight.
No.
They were just more blessed in there. No, I'm showing you the process. You can go back to the very first video when I was yelling in the car. Sit back, Jake. So when I was yelling in the car.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We about to be a year in. You realize that?
We are a year in now. I just saw the year in review on here.
Uh-huh.
We a year in right now. Like I literally started speaking this what's today? Yesterday. Last year, the 28th last year. My book came out last year, Get Back Up, August 23rd. Now we on the second book. Now we just put together another tour for the school. You know what I'm saying? Like before last year, listen, I'm talking to somebody right now who may be struggling with the process. Last year we started with one speaking engagement and it multiplied. Right? It started with one. Because somebody right now who's listening to this, they like, I'm not going to get an opportunity.
The only reason that happened is we prepared.
We prepared before we even had one.
Oh, yeah. Because we knew it was coming.
We knew it was coming.
We prepared to perform.
Hold on. Let's not go past that. We prepared and we expected. We prepared to win and we expected to win. We're talking to somebody right now who's listening to this. Prepare to win and expect to win. Because you're going to get the opportunity. But if you aren't prepared and you ain't expected, you ain't ready. Let's just be honest. You're not ready. You're not ready for it. If you're not prepared and you're not expecting, if you're not prepared to win, okay, let's bring this down to sports real quick. You wrestling coach now, right? When you're in practice, you're preparing to do what?
Win.
And you're expecting, when they go out there, you're expecting them to.
I'm expecting them to implement the things that I've taught them.
And where that start at? In preparation.
In the room.
You see what I'm saying?
It's the room.
We're talking to somebody. Somebody out there right now who's listening to this, maybe live or whatever, watching us live. You like, man, I don't know when my opportunity's gonna come. Like we're talking about small opportunity. We ain't talking about nothing huge. We ain't talking about, the big stage. We ain't talking about none of that. We're talking about a small opportunity that's gonna lead to another door opening. We had one speaking engagement. And to be honest with it, we had one session. So like 1 hour, one class. And then she was like, oh, you killed it. Let's go to the next. Boom. Did 6 classes that day. Then look, she sent me somewhere. Boom. I'm at the next. Boom. I'm at another one. All from one opportunity. Because we prepared to win and we expected to win.
That's how all our events came. Oh, hey, good job. Here, can you come speak here?
Right.
How can you come speak here?
Right.
Oh, then we're speaking at conferences.
And let me say this too, because a lot of us, like I said, we're preparing to win. We got to expect to win, but you got to start small too.
Yeah.
You got to start small because most of us don't want to start small. Most of us want this big, grandiose opportunity, right? We want this big old boom. This is the $1 million opportunity. Let's go.
That's what I'm saying. Like you looking at the highlight.
And you're gonna overlook the dollar opportunity. We started for free. How many? Think about this.
We weren't even expected to get paid.
I can almost say that we put in at least 20 to 30 hours of live speaking before we ever got a check.
I would say more than that.
Before we ever got a check.
I would say more than that.
Before we ever got a check, we was out there, boom, 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 boom. You know what I'm saying? We was doing it out the love. We was doing it because we wanted to serve.
Yeah.
We knew what our mission was. We back to prepare to win, expect to win.
I said, if you build it, they will come.
And always, don't ever forget your mission. Don't ever forget your mission. I don't care what it looks like. Now, we're speaking life. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care what it feels like, what it smells like. Never forget your mission. Because your mission, well, it's always, you know what I'm saying? It's always at the head of what you're trying to do. So your mission is always there. Come around.
What is our mission?
Oh, bruh. It's easy. That's easy. What I feel like our mission is, right? And when we talked about this, so we just bring it into the podcast, right? We talked about this. Our mission is, listen, what we want to do, we want to make sure that everybody we come in contact with, everybody under the sound of our voices, everybody we're choosing to impact, leaves from where we are feeling empowered, understanding just how powerful they are, understanding just how much control they have. We're trying to show people just how powerful they are. That's it. That's our mission. That's the name of the book. That's the name of the video course we about to come out. Hell, we about to rename the podcast. We about to rename the podcast. You know what I'm saying? That's all that we own. And I don't care. Listen, that mission will last till the day we die. Because I need people to understand. Like, I see people. That's why I named my book "Get Back Up." Because I see people get knocked down by life and stay there. I see it all the time. Young, old, and different.
Family members, man. I got cousins and
talking about something that happened to them 10, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
10, 20 years ago, I'm like, yo, when you gonna get back up? When you gonna realize that the power is yours? Like this book series.
From that, they want to become, like I said, victims of circumstance,
victims of their own life.
Well, yeah. Because then we'll feel bad for me.
Right.
They want to live off the city, or they want to live off you.
Right. That's what I'm saying, man.
I got family members like that, yo.
Bro, do you know how many people are out here like that? Like, for real. Because we've been there. Like, that's what I was there. I was insecure. I was doubtful. I was fearful. I didn't believe that I could control my own. I didn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? But until I realized that I applied it to my life, boom, Get Back Up came out. Bam, the next book, The Power is Yours. It's that simple, man. Like, for real. You have to get back up. And then you have to realize just how much control you actually have over your own life. Right? Because we talk about all the time. There's things that you can control. Then there's things that you cannot control. But your life is always in your control. Always, right? Yeah. So just to finish the recap. Number 3 was that you're not consistent. Mm-hmm. Right? And we've been, like, I'm telling you. I want y'all to listen. This is a moment of clarity. Everything that we talk about, we've been through. Yeah. Everything that we talk about, we're on the other side of that.
So this ain't something we're making up.
Yeah, this ain't something like...
It's just stuff that's happened to us.
Right.
And things, okay, well, how do we get out of here? Okay, well, this worked. So let's tell somebody.
Let's keep it all the way G. This is something that we deal with to this day. It's just a different level. It's just a different level. Because we overcame it in certain areas, but this is stuff that pops up in our lives all day long.
It might not be as extreme as it once was because
no doubt.
Because now we understand what we're doing and how to do it. So now it comes in little ways, like this little man.
Yeah.
We can't help that he's
right? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's running around the podcast. Still gonna put it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This shows the journey.
Because this is where we at.
This is where we at.
We're gonna build my man's crib. This is real life.
This is real life, man. We not trying to be. I told you, we're not trying to be all boom. You know what I'm saying? But check this out. Remember I said there's levels. There's levels to everything, right? There's levels. Now, everything we're talking about, like I said, we had to get on the other side of it. But this is something that we constantly deal with, just on a different level. Like when I said you're comfortable. There's still areas of my life where I gotta be like, yo, I gotta challenge myself. Like for real, every single morning when I go work out, I know what I can do. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to figure out the things that I thought I couldn't do that I get on the other side of. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like for real, when I work out, I'm like, okay, I did this yesterday. I did this last week. How can I take that up a notch? Like, what can I do to add resistance? That way I don't get comfortable.
I feel you on that, man. My whole workout I want to do a pull-up.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But here's the thing. We're putting it out there. My man's on the podcast. Yep. Go back to the first episode. My man lost 50, what? How 60 pounds. Since the first podcast, we only 16 episodes deep. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Since we talking about he had to get uncomfortable. Yeah. He had to listen. You had to stop. You had to get in your mind that you wasn't gonna quit. Yeah, you had to be consistent. This is life.
This is a lifestyle.
And now, tell them about this because remember a couple episodes ago. I don't mean to cut you off, but a couple episodes ago we were talking about getting these habits. Right? Yeah. Hold on, man. We're talking about getting these habits. Right? We're talking about cultivating these habits. You've cultivated some habits and you've become consistent at it, and now. You just on a ball. You got momentum.
Everything's happening. So like I said with the challenge me to change my morning routine. You know, the working out, the drinking water, the mental focus, physical focus, that kind of thing. So that's challenging myself. See, living a, let's say, self-development lifestyle.
Yeah. I like that.
You're going to stay in an uncomfortable place because you're always developing yourself.
Thank you.
Your life is going to be, okay, you're working out. You're going to be sore always. I feel like, I told you this before, I feel like I never worked out as consistent as this.
Right.
Outside of like
wrestling.
Youth wrestling. Even, I don't even do this much when I'm coaching.
Right.
I feel like I live in a constant state of sore, but that just lets me know, okay, I did something today. Right. I put in work. My body.
The next day is that reward.
I'm acknowledging. My body's acknowledging. Okay, you put me under stress. I'm healing. I'm getting better. I'm developing.
Yep.
And so with that, like I said, with the challenge, okay, your body will adjust. You will adjust.
Right.
Add something else. Do something else. Do something different. Do something more.
Do something different. Mm-hmm. Now check this out. Okay, like you don't know. You know I was about to ask you this. Check this out. When you was working out. Mm-hmm. Right? I said, you're going to get to a point where you hit a wall. Yeah. You're going to get to a point where you hit a plateau. Let's get around the plateau before the plateau even comes.
Yeah.
We talking about being uncomfortable. We talking about being consistent. We talking about not quitting. Let's get around the plateau before the plateau even hits, right? Mm-hmm. What did we do? What did I challenge you to do? Okay, let me put it like this. What were you doing before, like far as sets and reps? What were you doing before?
3 of 12.
3 of 12, right? Of each exercise that you're doing, maybe 5, whatever exercises, right?
Yeah.
For about
so now. So
I challenged you.
So now, I do 25, 3 of 25.
Thank you. We talked about going to failure. Yeah. Why? Because when you go to failure, I don't care what day of the week it is. I don't care what you did yesterday. When you work out to failure, you're constantly uncomfortable. You're constantly in a state where you want to quit, but you got to keep going. You're constantly in a state where you got to be consistent because your muscles feel a totally different way from when you do 4 sets of 12 versus you do 4 sets of until I can't do another rep.
Yeah.
Your muscles feel totally different. They grow different. Everything's different about it. Now
that was almost like an exponential change. See, more or less, now it's like, okay, if I can do 12 easy, let me add some more weight. More weight. Now
goes right back.
I gotta go down weight.
Right. Exactly. But what does it do though? It makes you, if nothing else, it makes you mentally stronger.
Yeah.
It makes you mentally prepared.
Because you gotta push through a wall.
Right. You gotta push through a wall.
Maybe I got one more. Maybe I got one more. Okay, one more after that. Until I physically cannot bring my arms up, cannot push my legs down. I cannot stand up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You literally can't and that's the whole point. Like I had to get out of the mindset of just doing those sets and rests because I gotta be uncomfortable. Yeah. I gotta challenge myself. I talked about this morning, man, and you gotta get this. I talked about this. If you missed the video, go back and watch it. I posted it this morning after my workout. I said, do what's. We talked about this on the podcast. Do what's hard up front.
Oh yeah.
Cause life's gonna get hard anyways. And I think a lot of times, man, in our lives, we get hit by things in life and we want to quit. We want to give up because we weren't prepared for the hard things of life. It's that simple. That's why I train the way I train. I train the way I train because you have to prepare. Mm-hmm. If nothing else, you're mentally ready. Now, that ain't saying you won't break down. That ain't saying you won't cry. Mm-hmm. I'm saying this as a man. You know what I'm saying? That ain't saying that you ain't gonna feel some type of way. It's just saying I'm built for this.
Yeah.
I've been building my body up. I've been building my mind up. I've been building my spirit up for this.
Yeah, and a lot of these things you're not expecting. But if you prepare for the worst, expect the best or whatever, prepare for the worst.
Prepare to win.
You're more apt. I like to say I'm just more apt to deal with it.
Right.
I'm better able to deal with the things as they come if I prepare for any possible.
Because you already put yourself through the hard.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, okay, wrestling. I ain't never been through nothing harder than a Coach Grundy practice.
Oh, brother. I've been in the gauntlet once or twice.
Never.
And I would.
I've never faced anything harder than that.
Right.
And I was like, and that pulls me through a lot of situations, like anything that I'm going through now.
Right.
Well, okay, I know it wasn't harder than that, so I can get through it. And even though it feels like, oh man, I can't go on, you ain't gonna die.
No.
You ain't gonna die.
If nothing else, you're just gonna see what you really
Yeah, exactly. That goes back to, I don't know when we talk about that, the diamond or dust. What you gonna do? You gonna
listen? You can never say that enough. Let's just be honest. You can never say that enough. Diamond or dust. But and that's the same thing that we were talking about, like with the failure workouts, right? It just it pushes you to your limit. Yeah, it shows you diamond or dust. Listen. If you want to find out who you really are, I challenge you. Do a workout of just failure, right? Yeah. See how fast you quit. You're gonna find out.
It's a failure.
You're gonna find out. Now, listen. I'm not saying that if you stop that you will quit. I'm just saying that you're gonna find out what you really made of.
That's true.
You're gonna find it because today I feel like I was about to pass out, dog. And I'm just like, okay, let me finish what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Because I designed the workout for that. I knew I wasn't going to be able just to breathe. This going to be a breeze. I knew that it wasn't going to be a breeze, right? But I knew that I had to do it. I knew I had to prepare. I knew I got to be ready. Listen, I'm in the military, bro. I got to be ready for whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if I train my body now, if the worst happens, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Anytime.
I'm ready. So, okay, the next habit that's killing you, we're still recapping, is you have no measurement. You're not measuring. Like I talked about, create a big 3, right? Creating a big 3. Now, this is deep. This is going to be in the book. You're getting free bands right now. We on free bands. You know what I'm saying? There's free bands right now, right? Create a big 3. What are 3 things that you can do Every single day. Talking about foundationally, right? Every single day that can get you to where you want to go. So for us, right? Let's just say for us, we own a business that's primarily service oriented, right? So in order for us to serve, we got to pour in. So one of our big three is that we kind of consume content. We got to read.
We got to get something to pour out.
We got to get something in to pour out. So that's part of our big three. Number two, speaking, we got to practice every single day. That's my second part of my big three. And then number three, what? Writing. We're finishing. You just finished your chapter.
Good.
I'm fired. You know what I'm saying? I just finished my chapter. We got 3 more chapters to write. We done. You see what I'm saying? That's a part of our big three. Why? Because this is what we do. That's the foundation on which is going to build this whole thing for us. We have to produce books. We have to go. You know what I'm saying? So your big three. If you think about the NBA, this is something this is a trend in the NBA or really all sports. It's a trend. Well, except for single sports like wrestling, it's a trend. You can go back to 25 years ago. I did my research. You can go back to 25 years ago with the Lakers all the way up. Every team that's won a championship has had 3 dominant players in their respective position, right? Okay. Now, we can argue, and I'm not going to go down that route, right? We can argue that now, okay, we got super teams, we got all this stuff. Forget all that. Just think about the concept and apply it to your life. The concept, if people can put together a big three and win a championship since the beginning of the NBA or beginning of time for sports, why can't we apply that to our life? Why can't we create our own big three?
You can.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how we measure, because every single day I can check off, okay, I did that, boom, I did that, boom, I got 3 small wins a day, right? Mm-hmm. Now, 3 small wins a day, that might not seem like nothing. Like, let's take out Sunday, let's multiply, right? That's 18 wins. That's 18 wins a week, right? So what is that? What is 84 wins a month? Think about year-wise.
Hundreds.
Measurement. You got to measure. You have to measure your progress, because 2 things are going to happen. 2 things are going to happen. When you're not measuring, you're not going to be able to hold yourself accountable. That's one. Mm-hmm. You're not going to you're going to get up from 3 months from now. You're going to be like, man, why didn't I get the result I wanted? And then, but if you measure, you'll be like, okay, this day, yep, I slacked. Okay, that, yep. You know what I'm saying? It'll be right there. Right? It holds you accountable. Number 2, you're going to get to a certain level and you're not going to appreciate it because you didn't celebrate the wins you had. See, what we have to do is, if we have to celebrate our wins as well. We have to, I'm not talking about go throw some big party. No, I'm talking about like, you did what you had to do the whole entire week. The second week you did it too. Okay, now go take yourself out somewhere. Go take your lady out. Go out with your boys. Go kick it for a second. Or something. Mm-hmm. Give yourself some type of reward for executing on the things that you said you was going to execute on. Right? You got to do it. So that was okay.
With the self-empowerment you reward getting better, becoming a better you.
How do you reward?
How would you do that?
It just depends on what you like.
So it's just like your choice of recreation.
It's just choice. It's just your choice, right? It's just your choice. Maybe you take that trip that you've been putting off because you've been grinding. Mm-hmm. I put like this. There's a measurement that I gotta hit before we go on this fishing trip. Mm-hmm. So if I don't hit the measurement, I ain't going on the trip. You see what I'm saying? Because some of y'all, let's be real. Some of y'all partying, y'all celebrating losses. Like, you've been, for real, you ain't did what you said you was gonna do. You didn't meet your goals. You didn't do none of that. But then on the weekend here, you let's go. Hey!
Turn up, y'all.
Yeah. Where the party at? I'm gonna take it back. Where the party at? Uh-oh. You know what I'm saying? For real. We celebrating losses. And it's all because you're not measuring. If you measure, then you can see. My coach tells me all this all the time. Pierre Evans. If you're not a part of the 5th quarter living movement, you're losing, baby. Look my man up, Pierre Evans. Right? Check this out. He tells me this all the time. Every single night you need to debrief. Now, this is something I know because I'm in the military, right? We brief before we go do something, meaning we get information. We debrief, saying, okay, what went right, what went wrong, how can we improve? Every single night. When you do that, you have a measurement. You can see where you're going. You can see, okay, I jacked up here. Let's improve tomorrow.
So to do that, also, you got to be real with yourself.
You got to be real. You got to be real. You got to be honest. You got to be honest. You got to hold yourself accountable. And if you can't hold yourself accountable, guess what you got to do?
Somebody that
get us. do we not hold each other accountable?
All the time.
Like, and listen, I ain't saying it's gonna be nice, sweet, easy.
Nah.
It pisses me off. Like I be pissed. My man be like, nah, you can do that better. I'm like, bro, I killed it. Like I'm murdered. I'm sweating. My voice gone. Like what else do you want from me?
You're not entertained. That's not what you came for.
Exactly.
And that's good. You want somebody. You don't want to. Oh yeah, man, that was nice.
Right.
Then
there's no growth.
Yeah, there's no growth.
But let me say this: to the regular eye, it might have been cold. It might have been nice to the regular eye. But you there with me? You like, yo, you can do better. I know it.
Cause I've seen better. I've seen you do better, so I know you can do better.
Man, I'm about to say something. And they got nothing. We off topic, really. I'm about to say something because you just said something. You see, stop hanging around people who don't see your greatness.
Oh yeah. Hey.
Like for real, I want you to ask your people that you hang around, like, what do you see in me? Like, why do you hang with me? Because I tell them they just hanging with you because you just like them. Mm-hmm. Like for real, like ask them, like people that see your greatness. My man sees, I see his greatness. That's why I challenge. I was like, yo, so I'm about to write a second book. You need to write a chapter in your book because I know he got a writing ability. You know what I'm saying? I know he got a story. It needs to be told, right? So it's just like I see his greatness. He sees my greatness. But you hang around people who don't even see your greatness. They just surround you. Like they wouldn't support your business if you started one. They wouldn't support you in nothing that you do, and you don't know because you ain't doing nothing yet. But if you started doing some things, you would understand. Like, yo, these people don't support me. These people don't care. Like for real, stop hanging around people who don't see your greatness. There were some people that I had in my life who didn't see this in me, who clowned me when I said I was gonna start my business and do this and do that. Who clowned me? You hear what I'm saying? Because they didn't see my greatness. But listen, it doesn't matter. You got to see it first. When you show your greatness, it just comes off of you. Like, and then those people cannot be around you.
Yeah,
it makes them uncomfortable.
It just happened.
Right.
Because people we just talking about this today. Misery loves company.
Misery loves company, man.
So what you better than us because you do it better? No, I'm better than y'all because I'm making me better.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a better.
And the thing is, you ain't even better than they just see their faults now. That's all. You just make them uncomfortable. You just find a mirror in their face because they're not doing what they need to do, and you finally switched up. So it's like you changed. No, I'm the same dude. I'm just doing better.
Unconsciously, you be like you'll subconsciously start to move away from that.
Exactly.
Because that is what you're moving away from. Literally, this group of friends, this group, even family, and it's just so crazy to me, man. Your family will dig you quicker than a stranger will.
Oh, no
your
doubt.
friend, your close friend.
No doubt.
They'll take away from you and pull from you quicker than strangers will.
No doubt. And they're the ones that should see your greatness the most.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So check this out. I'm going to say it again. Stop hanging around people who do not see your greatness. Stop. I don't care if they're family, friend, cousin. I don't care who they are. If they do not see your greatness, they don't belong in your life. Period.
And you might even feel responsible for them. Oh, well, I'm coming up. Let me pour them up. No. What was that? Ben Davis. Everybody's not meant to make it to the finish line.
Everybody. I gotta bring that back. I gotta make sure I keep that. I use that example of Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce. She started off with Destiny Child.
Yeah.
And then Destiny Child became a different Destiny Child. And then from there, she's like, yo, I'm not even trying to be funny, but I'm trying to be legendary. I'm trying to be an icon. Right? Everybody's not meant to make it to the finish line. We made it to a certain level, but for the level that I want to get to, I got to break loose. And that's how we got to look at it. Like, we don't want to break loose of our neighborhood because we don't want nobody to say we changed. We don't want to break loose of our family, of our friends, because we don't want nobody to say we changed. But in order for you to go to where you need to go, you sometimes have to leave where you are.
Nothing changes.
Nothing? Man, I love it.
Bro,
this is 1 plus 1 equals 2. This is 1 plus 1 equals 2 type stuff. Let's just be real. All right, let's move to the next one, man, because we can go on this.
We still recapping.
We still recapping.
Let's go.
Because we got to give it to him. Now, check this out. Okay, this your favorite one. This to me, this might be the number one killer of all dreams. Doubt and fear.
Oh, yeah.
Doubt and fear.
That strikes at me, man, because I was there.
Bruh, we were just there.
It's
not even like, it's not, okay, let me show you how we were like literally just there. We're not even talking about a whole year. Mm-hmm. Just when we did that first conference, 300 something people. Now look, check it out. Was there not doubt? Was there not fear?
Of course, we jumped from 10 to 300.
Right. In a night.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
literally.
Like for real. But okay, it goes back to preparing to win, expecting to win. That's how you beat the doubt and the fear, man. Because you gotta understand something. Your body cannot differentiate between fear and excitement. It doesn't know. So like you get the same feeling. You get the jitters, you get the clammy, you get the bug, you get all that. You get the butterfly, you get everything. Your body does not know the difference. So with that being said, since your body doesn't know the difference, right? You gotta tell yourself, well, I'm not scared, I'm excited. Like one thing that I had to do, your mind, once it's certain about something, I learned this from Tony Robbins. Once your mind is certain about something, it'll perform. It'll perform. It will. Like, it will go into a zone and will perform. So what I had to do to kill the doubt and the fear, I wish I would have known this growing up. Free bands. I wish I would have known this. You have to go inside your own mind, right? And show yourself what it's going to look like at the end. Now, what do I mean by that? So in order for me, every single day, what I did was, every single day leading up to that speaking engagement, I saw that speaking engagement going the way I wanted to go. If it was a perfect speaking engagement, how would it have gone? It would have gone just like this. And I went in my mind, I went down to the outfit I was going to wear, to how I was going to hold the microphone, to the standing ovation at the end. I envisioned it all every single day leading up to it, just so my mind was certain. Just so I was certain. Just so I knew. I'm like, yo, I've seen this before. Like, even though the room looked different, it was like, I've seen this before. I've seen it before. Now let's just go. Let's do it. And that's the only way you're going to beat down fear. If you go into your own mind and you say, yo, I am for certain, I am for sure I'm going to be successful. Why? Because I prepared to win and I expected to win. We still, with the doubt and the fear, we still went in the room every single day in practice. With the doubt, with the fear. And some of you, you're not even going to do what it takes because you're fearful and you're doubtful.
And that's why that's so big to me, man.
It's huge, man. It's number one.
I want to push that this goes beyond just the professional world.
Oh, this
personally.
This is personal. Yeah, this is personal.
Personally.
All this is personal.
Anything. Yeah, exactly.
Everything we talk about is personal, really.
So, like, what are you afraid of? Okay, they won't like me. This, my family won't like me. This won't like me. But doubting yourself, you don't like you.
Ooh. Oh, you say that. Hold on. Say that again. Say that again.
I mean, say
that again. Don't just skim over that.
You're actually you think you're afraid,
right?
Of this person won't like me.
Right. This
my
person
mom won't like me.
Right.
My dad, my cousin,
right.
I won't be accepted.
Right.
But living in doubt, living in fear, living in whatever, you don't like you. So you become or you portray somebody that you're not, or you do things that are not you in your character. It's a lot. Like I said, I used to be there. I used to want to fit in. I used to want to be cool.
Right. You might write the next book.
I used to have insecurity issues, and as a little kid, I used to get bullied until I came up and said, "Okay, no,
this is my life.
This is me." That's why I love wrestling. Gave me the confidence. I found my confidence in wrestling. I found that despite whatever I'm afraid of, I can overcome that.
Right. And here's the thing. Here's the thing you got to understand. This is your life. Like for me. That was the realization that I had to come to. Because I'm like, okay, Destry, like, for real. For 21 years of your life, you ran away from things because you were afraid.
Yeah.
You didn't do some things because you were afraid. You didn't try out for some things because you were afraid. You have been self-conscious and insecure your entire life.
Yeah.
21 years. I had to come to grips with, if I keep this up, I will never know exactly what God put inside of me. Yeah. I will never know. So I had to go to my inside myself and say, this is your life. Yeah. Like, that's like, for real, I had to look at me. I'm not talking about you. I had to look at me and say, Destry, this is your life. If you do not go out here and do what you need to do with the doubt, with the fear, with the insecurity, if you do not go out here and do what you need to do, your life will never look like how God designed it to look. Yeah. You will never know. You know how many people done died and never knew what was really inside of them? Like, for real, and I feel like, you know what? This is just me. Like, this ain't biblical. This ain't none of that. I really feel like for those of us, every single one of us, even for those of us who do what we're supposed to do, I think their God will show us like, yo, This is what you. This is where I want.
This is what I have for you.
This is what I have for you. This is what you chose. Mm-hmm. Because I give you free will. You know, you got the power. The power is yours. God said, you know, God gave us that power to make those decisions, to control our own destiny. He gave us that power when He gave us free will. Right? But I believe He gonna show us like, yo, this is what you could. Yeah. This is the gift I put inside of you. This is the purpose that I put inside of you, and this is what you chose. This is what you could have been. No matter of fact, not even could have been. This is what you were. This is what you were. That's almost scary to me. That, you know what? That's my biggest fear in the world.
What?
To live this life, man, and never really reach what I'm supposed to do. Like, never really fulfill the mission that God put me here for. I have a fear that I'm going to die. That's why I go so hard, because I have a fear like I will die before. I really feel now, especially now that we do this, and I know this is just me, I feel responsible, man, for a lot of the youth that we speak to. Yeah. I feel responsible when they go to jail. I feel responsible when they die on the street. I'm like, what if they would have heard? Because I wasn't where I needed to be, because I wasn't doing what I needed to do. They didn't hear a message that would have changed their life. I live in that fear, y'all, and that's a healthy fear. Let's understand something. There's different types of fear. Yeah. There's fear that stops you and that crushes you, and then there's fear that's like, yo, get up and go. Motivation.
You know, there's a whole spectrum of that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man,
we're gonna write that in the book.
Yeah, man.
You just gave me an idea.
What are you afraid? What are you really afraid of?
What is that?
And that's what I'm like, dude. What? You're not gonna like me? No, but me worried about, you know, I used to go to the swimming pool, wrap up in my little towel.
I swear.
Bro,
now just like let it out.
I wait till the girls was looking for I get in the pool.
Yeah.
Man, now it's like,
and people respect confidence.
And that's my confidence. My confidence speaks for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's
because that shows, like you said, that you love you.
You can never look stupid with confidence. I live by that. You can never look stupid with confidence.
Never. Now check this out, because what you just said, that was deep. We can't just skim past that. Matter of fact, this is just going to be a recap episode. This is what this is. Like, for real, we already 43 minutes deep. Like, for real. Now check this out. Check this out. You said what? You can never look stupid.
Never look stupid with confidence.
Check this out. So, in the military, we have to, I'm in the National Guard, Army National Guard. Check this out. In order to get promoted to sergeant, right, which is like the crossover from lower enlisted to higher to, you know, off senior
big time
enlisted, right? Not necessarily big time, but yeah. Okay, so we do a board. Okay. I mean, we got to go into in front of a panel, kind of this setup, and we got to go in there, you know, showing military bearing, you know, facing movements, all these different things. They ask you a series of questions, which they can pull from as long as the military didn't existed all the way till now. But here's the thing: most people get caught up on the questions and the fact that they sit in front of people. They don't care about your answer. You know what they're looking for?
What is that?
Confidence.
Hey.
That's what they're looking for. They're looking for confidence. Like that's all they're looking for. Like they're not looking to see, oh, he said, oh, yep, he knew the history. They don't even know the answer. They ask you anything. How many laces on your boot? You know what I mean? They ask you anything. But what they looking for you is not to do. They looking for you to be like, sorry, I don't know the answer right now, or just put out an answer, but be confident. Look them dead in their eyes. Like for real, be confident because they understand that leadership, especially in the military, you have to be confident, y'all. Like for real, you can't just go around here just making any type of decision. You have to be confident. You have to, man. So I want you to say that just one more time for the people to hear. You can never look stupid. Now that's a video right there. I already like you can never look stupid with confidence, bro.
And so that's anybody living like I said, because when I was in that, I didn't like me. I was ashamed of me. I was ashamed of my weight. I was ashamed of the way I looked. You know, there's a bunch of stuff I didn't like about myself. Yep. But I had to accept me.
He's speaking to somebody.
I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna die as me.
I need you. Like, listen.
So if I'm gonna die as me, I'm gonna live as me. You know what I mean?
I need you, because somebody's listening to this, and they going through that. I need you to speak to them, bro.
Oh, man.
For real, like I need you to speak to them because I want them to understand.
If I'm gonna live as me.
Hold on. But before you go, I know. I see it rising, bro. It's rising, right? Before you go, I want you to put this in perspective because you're not too far removed from it.
No.
You're not You're not too far removed.
I'm only maybe not even a decade into understanding what I am and what I'm capable of.
Thank you.
Only maybe a decade, 10 years.
Maybe
that.
Maybe. You know what
so
I'm saying?
I realized, okay, I don't care what people think because guess what? I'm living. Like you said, I'm living my life.
And you have the ability to love yourself right where you are.
Exactly. So it's not, and like on this journey I am now, like I said before, it's not about, oh, man, yeah, okay. If I'm not happy with this part of myself, let me improve it. Not even just improve it.
Right.
Because when you get to changing yourself, no, you're not gonna change you because you're still gonna be you. You're changing yourself. Why? Improve yourself. Look at it that way. I'm improving me. I love me. I like me.
That's all confidence is.
Exactly. Because like you're you. Stop. You're not gonna be this. You're not gonna be that. You're you. And if you're living as this, you're living a lie.
Yep.
You're living a lie.
Yep.
So
yep.
even amongst if
you're speaking, bro.
If it's physical,
you're
if
speaking.
It's spiritual, if it's even your sexuality,
right?
Or a lot like this whole closet bullshit. Like, who cares?
Right. You're right, man. You are absolutely right, bro. There's no better way to put it. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. You have to love yourself right where you are, no matter how imperfect you are, because you will never be perfect.
I see it every day, and I hate it. I lie. It almost makes me angry when I'm like, bro, why you? Why you said in high school is the worst. All these nothing's trying to be hard. Everybody wants to be a gang member. Everybody wants to be tough. Everybody wants to be a dope boy. Everybody wants to be that.
Exactly.
Bro, you on the science.
It's not even you.
Like,
it's not even you.
Like, yeah.
Check this out. Check this out, though. Check this out. I want whoever listening right now. I need you to get this. Check this out. You will never be perfect.
No.
So you have to love your imperfections. If that's okay. But what's not okay is when you wake up in the morning and you do not improve.
Yeah. No.
There will never be you will always be imperfect.
Yeah, man.
But what you cannot do is wake up in the morning and not improve. Not get any better.
No.
So you just you just gonna wallow in the imperfection. You just gonna say, because I was born like this, I was made like this. I'm not even gonna try to improve.
I'm okay being average.
I'm not okay. Yeah, I'm okay with being mediocre. I'm okay with that. Like, no, that's not okay. You know what I'm saying? That's not okay. It is okay to be imperfect, but it's not okay to wake up in the morning, let your eyes open up, God give you a new opportunity to live, new breath in your body, health, all those things, and you're going to wake up and not improve?
You weren't created to be average, to be normal.
Bruh, let me say this. I don't care what you believe in. If you believe in a creator, if this creator created all of this, that's greatness. If the creator created you, you think he gonna create something mediocre?
Yeah.
It's not even possible. It's not even, the trees ain't mediocre. You know what I'm saying? The grass ain't mediocre. Everything's contributing. So why you think you can just sit back and be mediocre? That don't make sense. Everything that was created by the creator contributes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care. You can look at it from anyway. Spiritual, religious.
That's what I'm saying. I'll take all that out of it. If you believe in a being that's out there controlling this, right? That being is not mediocre because it made this. And this right here, minds can't even wrap around what's going on in this world. No. Minds can't even wrap around like the action. Like science can explain. Science might be able to explain it, but it can't make sense of it, right? It just can't. Like, it just don't make sense when you think about it. It don't make sense that I'm not even thinking, but my heart is beating. I'm not even thinking about it, but my mind is processing.
Where does breeze come from?
So here's the thing. You were created to be great. And we're not just saying that. Like I think people think that when you say stuff like that, it just sounds cliche and corny. But it's for real. It's for real. And you will only see it.
Go ahead.
You will only see it when you learn, like you just said, to love yourself right where you are. You will only see your greatness because if you don't love yourself, doubt and fear are going to kill you every time.
I was about to say, because that's great. That's the greatness.
Ooh, that's greatness.
I don't think everybody was made to be a part of changing the world, be a part of change. I think you were made to be great, and the greatness is loving you. Greatness is being you.
I don't know if I agree with that. And this is why I don't agree with that. Because you just said it, but that was kind of, to me, the way I'm putting it is a contradiction. Because you just said, okay, everybody's not necessarily made, not to be like the Nelson Mandela or Martin Luther King, right? Mm-hmm. Like everybody, no, I wouldn't say that. But you said, loving yourself is greatness. Yeah. So when you love you, think about how many people you're freeing. You're changing the world. You're changing, and listen, you don't ever have to, listen what I'm saying. You don't ever have to get on Facebook Live. You don't ever have to get on that camera. You don't ever have to touch a microphone. People will see you. People will see you.
So that's, you talking about like leading by example.
People will just lead your life. People will just look at you and say, yo.
So like, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So you change, that's what I'm saying.
That's right. Okay.
That's why. And that's the thing about greatness. Greatness just rubs off, man. How many people were great at what they did? Never go out here and talk. Never go out here and do anything. But they've made you realize how great you can be. Like for real, like I don't know if Grundy had a podcast or he on YouTube, no, man, but he poured into y'all.
He did.
And it was because what? He loved himself.
He was him. And you know what? I never thought. I don't know about that.
That's real, bro. That's real.
I have never, you know what, and that's, because...
That's real. That's real.
Randy had to be the truest nigga of his nature I had ever seen. And
it's real.
And I aspire to be that way. I aspire to be true to myself. So, like, I'm not going to change for nobody.
No. Now, let's put that in perspective. We're not talking about in the negative, right? We're not talking about you out here doing some destructive stuff and you like, I ain't changing. No, you mean like... The things, the imperfections that people see in you, you're not going to try to hide it, shield it because they exceed.
I'm not going to change my character.
Yep.
My beliefs, my morals, my standards.
Yep. Somebody need to hear this.
I will not compromise myself.
Right.
Whatever I feel that compromise is. Well, whether I'm going, okay, if I know I'm not a liar, I'm not going to lie. I know I'm not a thief, I'm not going to steal.
Right.
I'm not going to compromise me.
And that's control.
Exactly.
That's control, man. That's why this book, The Power Is Yours, is so deep. That's why this book, Get Back Up, is so deep because it's just saying like, yo, this is your life. Like seriously, this is your life. You do not have to please nobody else. You do not have to appeal to nobody else. Mm-hmm. The only person you need to appeal to is you. Now, do you have some areas you need to change? Absolutely.
Of course, improve.
Absolutely.
Self-development.
You should never wake up not improving. You should never wake up without developing. You should never wake up without on your mind saying, I need to grow in this area. Yeah. Never. Now, okay, for the last recap, we didn't win in. Yeah. Like we didn't win in. It felt, man, this stuff like this just feels so good, man.
That's what I'm saying.
And the only reason we're able to love on y'all, the only reason we're able to pour this out, because we had to love us first. And everything that we're talking about today, we literally went through.
We still loving us.
Still going through.
We still wanting to love ourselves.
To this day, bro. To this day.
Dude, like with the health thing. I want to be alive for my kids. I want to be able to play with my kids. Even my back's hurting today.
Right.
I'm probably going to need to get that checked out, but I'm here.
Right. Yeah. Bro, it's a journey, man. It's only that weekend. It's a journey, bro. It's a journey, and I just, like, I don't think, I really want to put this in perspective, man, because it goes back to you versus you.
And that's the only competition it should be.
I
feel like that's it.
That's it. But check this out. I think in life, we live outward so much that we forget the inside. We forget the inside.
Everybody, man, you know what? And that's
control. It all goes back to control.
That's where the doubt comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares what they gonna think?
Right.
I need to worry about what I think.
All these, the doubt, the fear, let's just spell this right now. Doubt and fear come from you focusing on things you cannot control. Okay. The doubt comes from, I don't know if I'm good enough. You can't control that. The only thing you can control is the fact that you know what you need to do to get better.
That's it.
Right? Fear comes from, I don't know what they're going to think about me. You're not controlling what you can control. You can't control what people think about you. It don't matter how great you are. They talked about Michael Jordan. They talked about Michael Jackson. They talked about Jesus.
Still talking about Jesus.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they still talking about these people. They dead. Like, Michael Jackson dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, no matter how good you get, you will never appeal to everybody. You will never appease everybody. You just can't. So you have to love yourself enough to focus on what you can't control in your life, or you will go crazy.
Yeah.
And you will live, you will never find out.
Yeah, you will continue to live outside your power. You continue to live outside your realm. And you will never be great. You will never, because what you said, the greatness is being you. Greatness is being you.
Man.
So like I never.
Man, that just freed me.
That just
I never thought. Just skim past that.
I never even thought of it that way.
Say it one more time, man. Just say it one more time.
The living being you is the greatness.
Thank you.
I never. You know what I'm saying? You just open. I never thought about that. Like, okay, you know what? You're right. My coach was that way. That's probably where it came from. I mean, he came into my life right on time.
Because I think people think that greatness is this esoteric thing. It's this only the God God's among us. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's not what it is. Greatness is being you. Greatness is loving you. Greatness is being the best version of you every single day. Whether or not you get on this, whether or not you get on that, you are still influencing somebody. Yes. You are still, listen, I promise you, when you step out and you become a better version of you, other people, you ain't got to ever speak to nobody. They will see you the way you walk and change their life. They will see the way you talk. They will see the way your demeanor. They will see the way you talk to somebody else.
Yeah. I never thought about that. That's true.
It's deep, man. That's deep.
I never, you know, because I'm thinking about it, and that's where my mind is right now. It's like, you know what, that is so true. I've seen it, and I never even thought about that.
Yeah, it's the facts, bro. The facts are live. You know what I'm saying?
That is so true.
But yeah, man. Yeah.
I think, you know what, I think the Army is a good example of that.
Oh, absolutely.
That's probably the biggest example of that.
Oh, absolutely.
You take you.
Yeah. Yo, we ain't gonna talk about
this, man. It's a decade. We 12 years in now.
Right. Dang. Man, we
12 years in
12
now.
years
I'm knowing you, like.
And he didn't see me back when I was.
My best, I knew him. And he was dirt.
Ratchet.
We were both dirt. It was dirt. And look at him.
Look at you. Look at us. Like, look what we doing. Like, never would have thought, bro.
Oh, but I seen it. You know, I was like, man.
You saw the greatness.
I saw that. I always knew you were. We around each other. So something was like.
We saw each other's greatness.
Exactly. Even before we knew about it.
Before we even got
nobody
to it.
expected. We hated each other when we first got around each other. We was yelling at each other all the time, hating each other. But it just.
Some things happened and then we just got closer.
Yeah, man.
But now it's looking at it, man, we're like.
So I can see.
We grown men now.
How things change, man. When you start to realize, like you said, living in your power. The Army gave you confidence. You found your confidence within that. Your marriage, your kids. You know, and you're just continually growing and becoming. You continually coming in your own. And I would like to see it. I was like, man, I remember the kid on the drum line, man.
Right. Acting a fool.
Going to party.
Yeah.
And now look.
And it's the same for you.
Bruh.
It's the same for you because I'm like, yo, look at the growth. I'm not even talking about, I'm talking about 2 years ago. I'm talking about 3 years ago when we was both in our situations. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about that. I'm not even talking about, because people thinking, oh, they're talking about 10 years. No, we're talking about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago, we was both in a jacked up situation, but man, we stuck in there. We held each other accountable. We did everything that we needed to do to get to where we needed to go.
Yeah, man.
And that's the, man, yep. So, okay, let's give him the last one, man. Let's give him the last one.
Is that one?
Matter of fact, we really kind of touched this. The last one was you keep comparing. You keep comparing yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Like you keep saying, man, if I just had that. Man, if I just was here. If I just did this. Listen, we're going to say it again. Love yourself enough.
Yeah.
Love yourself enough. Forget about everything else. Forget about the outside. Yes, we need to improve every single day. But you got to be the best version of you, man.
Yeah.
We're just going to end on that. This is the final thought of the day. Love yourself enough. Love yourself enough to be uncomfortable, to never quit, to be consistent and diligent in everything that you do. Love yourself enough to measure your own growth. Love yourself enough to get rid of doubt and fear. Love yourself enough to only compare yourself to you and the person you were yesterday.
Yeah, man. That's the only competition there. It's you versus you.
It's you versus you. And we're going to end it just on that. We ain't going to give you no more. We're gonna end it just on that. Listen, guys, this was the 16th episode. If you just tuning into this one episode, we got 15 more episodes for you to listen to. Like for real, we're gonna bring it back to you next week.
Catch up.
Let's go, man.
Be blessed.
Man, this feels so good.